Hello and welcome to this tutorial video for setting up DaVinci Resolve databases for use on the Media Services VideoSAN. The VideoSAN is a dedicated storage space for video projects which enables you to access your files on any of the Media Services operated iMacs. These include the COSLIT Edit suites and the Mac suites in Ruskin 004 and COSLIT 123. You can log onto the iMacs using your normal ARU credentials. First login may take longer, as it will need to set up a user profile on the machine. Once you have logged in, you should receive a message asking for access to Finder. It is important that you click OK to allow this, as it will enable the VideoSAN to mount and place two shortcuts on your desktop. If this message doesn't show up, or you accidentally selected Don't Allow, you will need to go into System Preferences on the taskbar. Select Security and Privacy, go to the Privacy tab, and scroll down to Automation. Under Login window, check the box next to Finder. Once you have done this, you'll need to restart the machine and log back in again. The shared VideoSAN is a communal space where you can share files with other students or lecturers. It is also used by some lecturers and technicians to store materials for lessons. All files on this area can be accessed by anyone, so it is important that you do not save anything you do not want to share here. Please do make sure that you keep these files backed up, as this area may be routinely cleared. The other shortcut is to your own personal area, and will display your short ARU username. This is your own private storage space, which cannot be accessed by anyone else. It's possible that you might get a message saying that this folder could not be found, and was unable to connect. If this is the case, please come and speak to a member of staff in Media Services, and we will create the folder manually for you. You should save all of your files within this folder, as anything saved anywhere else, in documents and on the desktop for example, will only be available locally on that machine. Local files may be wiped periodically if the hard drives become full. To help you navigate quickly to your personal VideoSAN folder from within Applications, open Finder, drag the folder from the desktop into the Favorites column. This will now create a quick shortcut, which can be seen whenever you are navigating Finder or saving from within an app. Before starting up DaVinci Resolve, it's a good idea to set up your folder structure so that all of your files relating to your project can all be organised in one place. This will ensure that you do not lose anything if you need to move a project to another machine not connected to the Media Services VideoSAN. Within your own VideoSAN folder, we recommend you set up a folder specifically for Resolve projects. Within this, it is a good idea to set up a folder for each year, and within these, each trimester. In each of these folders, create the following folders. Cache. This is where Resolve can be set up to save any temporary files that it creates in the background. Capture, for any files recorded within Resolve, audio recorded within the software for example. Card backup, to save a clone copy of your media directly from cards. Database, this is where you will connect your DaVinci databases to. It's essential that this is an empty folder. Resolve will create the necessary file structure within when you first set up your database. Export, to save all of your finished projects to on export. Gallery stills, to save stills created when colour grading within the colour page of Resolve. Project backups, where Resolve can be set to save regular backups in case of crashing or if any data becomes corrupt. And finally, rushes, to save all of your media files, either directly imported from cards or, as recommended, imported and transcoded via Adobe Prelude. Once you have this folder structure set up, open DaVinci Resolve. A new project will open. Go to the Home button at the bottom right of the screen. Open the Database pane on the left-hand side. By default, projects will save into the local database. While this is not necessarily an issue on your personal devices, these projects are saved locally to the machine and will not be available on other iMacs within Media Services. Select New Database. In the next window, you have the option to connect to an existing database or create a new one. Select the Create tab, and under Type, make sure you have chosen Disk. Give your database a name, which will help you identify it easily. This name must be lowercase and cannot include any spaces. Click on Location to select the folder the database will be created within. Navigate to your VideoSAN folder using the shortcut you made. If you have not made a shortcut, you will need to select the drop-down menu at the top of the window. Switch to the folder named for the computer and select your mounted VideoSAN folder. Navigate to the space you set up previously and select the folder named Database. Once chosen, select Create. It will take a few moments for the database to be created. You will now see the new database listed in the pane on the left-hand side. To begin a project, select New Project and give it a name. You will need to set up your project to make sure that the files are being saved in the correct place. In the taskbar at the top of the screen, select the DaVinci Resolve drop-down menu and go to Preferences. Under the Media Storage tab, you need to set your default storage location. This will create a shortcut to the location, which will make it easier to navigate to this area when setting up other important file pathways. Remove the default location, as this is a local folder and will not be accessible when you move to another device. Select Add and use the shortcut you made in Favorites to your personal space on the VideoSAN. Navigate to the enclosing folder of the folders that we have just created and select Open. You will now see this location listed above. Next, you will need to set up the location and frequency that project backups are saved, as well as some other important pathways. Select the User tab at the top of the window and go to Project Save and Load. Make sure Live Save and Project Backups are checked. This means that changes you make to your project will automatically be saved, and the backups will be saved at a given interval, in case of a crash or a file becoming corrupt. We recommend that you set backups to be saved every 10 minutes. This will mean that you should not ever lose more than 10 minutes of work in the event that there is a problem. If you set it to back up more often than this, you may find it causes the system to run slow. Select Browse to choose your location for backups. The shortcut to your folder should appear at the top of the list. Select the drop-down and choose the Project Backups folder as the location, and click OK. At this point, you should close and restart DaVinci Resolve in order for these changes to take effect. Once the program has restarted and you have reopened the project, navigate to the Project Settings, which is the cog at the bottom right of the screen. Under Master Settings, check that the timeline resolution and frame rates match your shooting frame rate. Ordinarily, this should be a resolution of 1920 by 1080 HD and a frame rate of 25. This can only be done before you have imported any files into your project and onto your timeline. Change your video format to HD 1080p 25 under Video Monitoring. Scroll down to Working Folders to change the pathway of your cache files and gallery stills location. Follow your media storage shortcut, and for the cache location, select the cache folder. Then, for the gallery stills location, select the gallery stills folder. Go to the Capture and Playback tab and change Video and Capture Playback to HD 1080p 25. Lastly, scroll down to Capture and change the save location of Video and Audio Capture. Again, use your media location shortcut and select the Capture folder. This will be particularly useful if you plan on recording any voiceover or other audio directly through Resolve via a connected microphone. When you are done, click Save. You will see a pop-up asking you to confirm the change location for gallery stills. Select Update. Once you've followed these steps, your database will stay connected on that machine and your project will be correctly set up. As you have set all of your save locations to your personal VideoSAN folder, they will be available to you on any Media Services iMac. When you log onto a computer you haven't used before, it will be necessary for you to connect to the database the first time you open DaVinci. On the new device, once DaVinci Resolve is open, select New Database. In the new window, make sure that the Connect tab is selected. Under Name, type the name that you previously gave the database and select the location field. As you can see, if you haven't added your personal folder to favourites, you will need to select the drop-down menu at the top and switch it from Macintosh HD to your personal VideoSAN folder. Navigate to the enclosing folder that all of your project folders are stored in. Select the folder named Database and select Open. Once your database connects, open your project and go to Preferences and Media Storage. Make sure that your storage location shortcut is set up, removing the default and connecting back to your enclosing folder on your personal VideoSAN folder. Switch to the User tab, Project Save and Load, and set up Live Save and Project Backups in the same way we did before. Make sure that you connect back to the correct folder on your personal VideoSAN folder. All of your project settings should remain the same as they were on any other machine. So that's how to correctly set up and connect a DaVinci Resolve database within the Media Services environment. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to call or email us in Media Services, and we will do our best to assist you. Thank you for watching.